We welcome you back to the process of hatching baby pied ball pythons, piebalds as they're called. It's been a good number of days since we last met and spent some time together. You may recall we had a video a couple of months ago of when the het-pied female laid her eggs. There were exactly 4 eggs. There are exactly right now 4 eggs. We did another video a couple of weeks later, I guess maybe about 20 days or so into the incubation process. And that time they just kind of looked nice and plump and white and round and whatnot. And then we've been waiting, and I really didn't figure there was much of a point of doing a video every 10 days or so, because really there's not much change. However, once we got to about day 50 or so, these eggs started collapsing a bit. In other words, they started getting little dimples in them and different kinds of, little creases and things of that nature. Today is day number 58, and when I checked today, lo and behold, we have actually 3 eggs that have pipped. We have obviously the 2 with little heads sticking out, this one and this one, and there's a slight pip here. You can see there's no pip in this egg. We have the dimpling. I fully expect tomorrow morning when we get up that there's going to be dimpling, there's going to be the slits. If you look very carefully, because you can see it on this, the snakes use what they call their egg tooth. It's just kind of a sharp scale, and they can cut little slits in the leather-like eggs, and then they poke their heads out. And then what they do is they'll sit like this in this type of position for some while. It may be 24 to 48 hours conceivably, as a wise scientist told me, absorbing the sweet juices contained therein. Now, as excited as I am about these things hatching, and it's really been a kind of a good process, what I don't know, of course, is how many of these are going to be visual pieds. As you know, pied is a recessive trait, meaning both the parents have to have the pied gene in order to produce the visual pieds. Well, the father was a visual pied, the mother was a het pied. So statistically, of these 4, 2 will be visual pieds, meaning they'll have white on them to some degree, and the others will just be heteropieds. The other thing about piebalds is that their heads are always sort of normally colored, and so I haven't torn this open any further, and you can see obviously we have the normal coloring on these 2. I have no idea if there's a chance that they're pied or not. We won't know until they come out more. I did not do what there are 10,000 of on the web, and that is egg cutting videos. I'm personally kind of a fan of letting nature take its course. Somehow, magically, these things have been able to get out of eggs on their own, generation after generation after generation, and unless I have a reason to believe there's something wrong, I'm not going to cut. But I do want to show you this. Again, obviously we have these 2 little guys. This one's just kind of doing its thing. I checked it out earlier because it was just so still and it got frustrated and put its head back in. This one, I don't know if you can see to the side, there's some of the some of the fluid kind of leaking out. He's actually poked his head out, or she's actually poked her head out. We don't know yet. A little bit more, but they're just going to sit in their eggs and absorb. This one has a couple of slits in it. As we pointed out, there's one here, there's a couple here, but something struck me, and I think it's fairly evident. It would appear, even though that's not the head area, and I don't want to get overly optimistic, but it would appear we're going to have a visual pied with this one. As you can see, we have white there. The thing I don't know is if this is possibly upside down, we're really seeing the belly. I don't think that's the case. I believe we got the head. Yeah, that's what I thought. We got the head right there. You can see its little nose kind of poking out. It would seem that we have an actual pied here, because I can see another part of the snake. Number 4 here, we have no idea. There's not a single slit in this. I've checked carefully. There's none on the sides. There's none on the top. I guess it's possible underneath this egg we have something. But we're going to have to wait and see. But I wanted to show you how they start actually hatching out of the eggs. This is what we have right now as of day 58. We'll come back and do a real quickie, maybe a 2-minute video on day 59 to see how they've progressed. If any of these 3 have actually come out, I expect to see at least some pipping, some of the slitting of the egg here, and maybe we'll be able to determine how many of these are visual pieds. We'll keep you informed. Thank you very much for watching.